Alright, hi guys, I want to talk about the non-objective composition today, and you can see there's the steps that we did to the assignment. We did watercolor experiments and listening and drawing to music, and we've done a rough draft of non-objective composition, and so you have an idea of what you're doing. Here are some examples of some other students' work. You can see that there is the wax resist technique here. There's the wet and wet. There's some salt. There's got some more in this one here. And so I wanted to just go over the criteria in the rubric today. So there are three things that you're going to be graded on. The first is craftsmanship, then watercolor experiments used, and focal point with line shapes and colors. So back up to craftsmanship, the picture plane is completely covered with a few skipped areas. It shows time and effort. It's ready for presentation. All the salt is scraped off, that kind of stuff. So that's worth 10 points. And the watercolor experiments used here, at least 3 of those experiments we did are techniques that are in your composition, and then the focal point is not in the center, and you use a variety of lines and shapes. You use the inspiration from your color wheel notes and your universal signs of life, and those are worth 10 points as well. So I wanted to go just back up here. You're going to turn in a photograph of the whole piece, photograph from above in natural light, and then 3 photos, one of each of the watercolor techniques, 1 photo per technique. So you might find the places where you've maybe done the wax resist or something and focus in on that area and take a picture of just that. So there'll be 4 photos total. Okay. So I'm just going to move over here, show you my rough draft, and I've gotten started a little bit on my composition. You're going to do it now in watercolor, on watercolor paper. So make sure you have your watercolors. I started doing it this way, and then I realized I kind of like the composition sideways. So now, from now on, I'm going to look at it in this sideways view, and I want you to think about which thing you should paint first, which order you should paint things. So for example, this orange line here, I really want to paint it, but I think that needs to be last. And so I'm going to hold off on that. And I'm going to actually do the gradients first. So you'll see on my piece of paper here, I've done the gradients. So that's what it kind of looks like in progress. And then the next thing I'm going to do is the wet on wet that's kind of blue and purple in the background. And just go slowly and wait for each thing to dry. Otherwise they will just like mix together. Right? The watercolor will just flow into another watercolor. So it's important that you let it dry in between steps. So I'm just going to start painting and doing some of the painting. I have there some of the wax resist. You can see, really push hard with the wax resist and put it in early. So that might be one of the first things you do. So I'm just gonna be painting, and you guys can watch. I'll probably fast forward it a little bit, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. you.